Hello Pisces, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. Supportive Oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen. There's Gretchen's last name. Cool, cool, good, good, happy, happy. Alright, what do we have for Pisces? Okay, we're going to keep going. I'm starting face down. What are we dealing with and where is it going? Okay. Now, this feels good to me. You're recovering. Like, literally the word recovery is right here on this card. Seems to be this is what this whole thing is about. Recovering something. I feel like you're already in process of this. This is a helpful energy. Somebody is telling you this is going to take some time. Somebody seems to be coaching you. I want to say somebody's coaching you, like, take your time. Even if it's not an actual person, you might even have, like, especially because I'm a Pisces myself, you're having these inklings, like, all right, I got to give this time. I got to be patient with it. It's going to, you know, it's a slow-moving process, but the recovery is happening. Something is getting better for you. And I'm getting you have a very optimistic outlook here. Knight of Cups, which is either one of two things. It's either you for yourself or other people around you kind of saying, oh, you're doing well, here's some ideas, there's information coming to you. If you're anything like me, you kind of ask other people, but sometimes you get these little pop-ups in your brain, like, I wonder if I look this up online, what I'll find. You got to take things with a grain of salt if you do that for yourself, no matter what it is. But, you know, sometimes I do that myself, and I'm like, well, let me see if I can find this in a few different places. You know, I don't usually use just one source, but like, oh, is there a video about this? What is this really what's happening? Okay, now if I believe that's what's happening, what steps can I take to remedy that? You know, things like that, if I want to, like, get involved in something. But I'm getting, like, information is coming to you. Either there's a person or you're searching it out, and it seems very positive. Now, there's one detriment here that you got to keep an eye out for, which is not a bad card, don't get me wrong, but I'm feeling like this might be kind of like a naysayer, like, you know, you should, like, I feel like this is the energy saying be happy for what you have, which, I mean, by itself that's not a bad message, but when it becomes a message like, you know, stop reaching higher, just stay where you are, in this situation I don't feel like that's a good thing. Oh, it's in my pocket. Sorry. Like, you want to keep going forward. You want to keep ascending. So what I feel like you need to do is, like, be careful how far you believe that or how far you go with that. This energy, again, I feel like it's like, because the way it's coming at you, it is supportive, but it's limiting. And I feel like that's what I'm getting with this King of Wands, King of Swords. King of Swords, it's like limiting. It feels limiting to me, like saying be thankful for what you have, you know, work with what you have, like this is what you already have here, just do something with this. Don't, like, I feel like it wants to keep you contained in this box, and it's not trying to be negative, it just feels like that's safer for you. I feel like if you really plan to reach your goals, you're going to have to reach beyond this. Acknowledge, you know, this, but, like, I don't know if you can really, this is a king, like, you're not going to change this person's mind. Absorb the energy a little bit, but, like, hold to your own and decide where you're going to go. Like, I don't want to say absorb it too much. What do I want to say with this? Like, acknowledge it. That's better. I think that's better. Acknowledge it and thank it, I guess. Thank this person, whatever this is. But also realize, all right, they don't believe I should be moving forward, but I know I need to get to my goal. Keep moving forward. Don't let this person hold you back just because they don't believe in the situation. You know, take what they have with a grain of salt. Hold what you have, be thankful for what you have, but also keep moving beyond it. Just be careful not to hold here, because it's a very strong, it's a very truthful energy, and like they're saying their truth, but their truth doesn't mean it's your truth. Just, it's a good energy. I feel like that's the hang up with it. So even though somebody's like, be thankful for what you got, just stay where you are, you're safe here, stay there, like, you know, you want to be respectful to that energy, but you also got to realize if you can go farther and you need to. So it's just like, I don't know, how do you want to handle this, really? I feel like you might have to kind of work around it. I think that's what I'm trying not to say, because I don't want it to seem deceptive. But like if somebody's trying to limit you and you know you shouldn't be, sometimes you just got to work around that energy. You don't want to create hubbub about it, but keep moving forward. Now, to get what you want, where you, like, you can go beyond your boundaries is what I'm getting. You definitely can go beyond your boundaries. This is interesting because I feel impartiality going forward is kind of like, you know what? There's no reason you can't be happy. There's no reason you can't have some too. I've heard people do this before, and I think it's strange when they're like, well, I don't want to take from somebody else. And it's kind of like, well, unless you're literally stealing something out from somebody else, like it's almost like a friend of yours is also going for the same job. And it's kind of like, well, they already went for it, so I don't want to go, because what if I get it and they don't? I feel like that's going to cause a problem. I just don't feel like it's fair for you not to have an opportunity just because maybe they found it first. Or if it's something better suited for you, I don't know. I know that seems kind of, maybe that seems rude. I don't mean it to, but like it's kind of like one of those things where, you know, why should I take it if somebody else may have better use for it? Something like that. I'm feeling some energy here with impartiality. Kind of like, you know, there's no reason you can't have it. Like, it's either you or somebody else. It's something very weird with this energy. I'm trying to pull it in. Because it's almost like there's this need to, like, talk yourself out of it. Like, oh, well, do I really deserve it? Or do I really need it? Or, you know, aren't I just happy with what I have? That's that weird energy like that. And I've done this to myself, too. And it's kind of like, why shouldn't you have it? You should have it. When you get this opportunity in front of you, there's going to be, like, this hang-up where you almost talk yourself out of getting it. For some reason, you almost talk yourself out of it. This is what you're also going to talk yourself out of. The Ace of Cups. So just keep that in mind. You can be happy. You can have what you want. I almost feel like somebody else is pushing back a little bit with vanity. But this might be kind of like, I almost wonder if this is like a cheerleader. Like somebody else, I almost feel like somebody else is cheering you on, but you might feel like they kind of take a little bit too much. And you know what, that may be a case, but just because they're cheering you on and maybe that's their energy, that still doesn't mean that you shouldn't have this. And I'm getting this, like, somebody else is telling you you should have this. Somebody else is cheering you on, but I feel like that's making you even more uncomfortable, oddly enough, because you're like, does that, like, do I really deserve it, though? Like, is this kind of tooting my own horn a little bit too much? It's not. The only, what do you call it, obstacle I'm seeing is this, which I'm not really sure how strong it's going to come in. There's going to be someone else who tries to get the same stuff as you do, but it just doesn't work out as easily for them as it does for you. That's their life path. I feel like there's somebody happy for you, but also kind of like they don't understand why you get it and they don't. They feel like they put in more work for it. They feel like they deserve it more. But there's something about this, it's a life path thing. There's some reason they're not getting it. There might be a lesson they're learning from this. If somebody else feels like, it's kind of like they're happy for you, but they're kind of like, how come you got it and I didn't? That's not fair. I don't think that's right. Something about that feels a little off to me, and so I'm trying to like connect to it a little more. It's kind of like, don't let somebody else, just because they feel like they deserve it more, don't let them damper your moment. Because maybe it just wasn't time for them. Sometimes the universe moves things around because a better fit is coming. So something you feel like is perfect for you might pass you by because something even better is coming later. So don't worry about this energy too much. There's something, like, I'm also getting this vanity energy also kind of clicking in with this a little bit. Kind of like, you know, tooting your horn. This might make this a little bit more difficult for you. Because I feel like this other person who's tooting your horn is kind of like rubbing this other person the wrong way and kind of stirring things up a little bit. I'm wondering if there's like a little bit of a problem between these two people. Because it feels like that's two people. And what I'm getting from this all around is like, don't let this damper your moment. If those two people are like doing what they're doing and this person's kind of ribbing the other one a little bit, you know, pushing it a little bit, you didn't do anything to this person. I really don't feel like there's anything to feel bad about. There's no reason you shouldn't have had this. Something else will come around from them. There might be a different reason why they just didn't get this opportunity. Just don't let it damper your moment. That's the whole thing. Don't let it damper your moment, because you should have this. This is something you should have. This is something that you deserve. It doesn't mean this other person doesn't deserve it. It probably means you both deserve it. It's just this time it's your time around. For whatever reason, it's time for you to have this. It's best for you to have this, whatever it is. All right. I'm going to let that go there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.